B'Reshut Ma'alat Harav, K'Al Kadosh. We're continuing our study of the Taryag Mitzvot, and today we're up to the 372nd Mitzvah. This is a Mitzvah that applies to Nazir. The Torah says explicitly that amongst the things that Nazir is not allowed to eat is the shell or the peels of the grape. It's a negative commandment. The Torah's language is ve'ad zag lo ye'acher. The Gemara explains what is zag. Zag is the biblical word for the peel of the grape itself. The question is, why are all these things forbidden? We understand wine. The Torah also forbids shechar. What is shechar? Shechar is a mahloket amongst the Rishonim. It seems Harambam understands shechar as an intoxicating beverage that the majority ingredient is grapes and wine, but it's a mixture. Yain would be pure yain. Shechar would be the mixture where the rov of the ta'arovet is wine. According to the Targum Unkelus, he learns that yain is yain yashan, which is already intoxicating, and he learns shechar is yain hadash, which we would call today like grape juice, where it still didn't ferment yet, and it's not yet reached intoxicating. That's the way the Targum says. He says yayin is, I say the reverse. Yayin is hadash, that's new wine, which means it's squeezed from the grapes, and shechar obviously has to be intoxicating, because shechar means intoxicating, that would be old wine. The point is, I understand why those are forbidden, because those promote the Yetzer Hara. When a person drinks a lot, he gets drunk, it leads him into the wrong direction. So that's why the Torah forbids these things to the Nazir. But the question is, what about the peels of a grape? Unless you tell me that it's a siyag, unless you tell me that it's a fence, that they're worried if you're going to start eating the peels of the grape, you might come to eat the grape, and from the grape you might come to have the wine. So it's all sorts of fences that they put on the Nazir. I mean, the Torah also forbids the pits of the grapes itself. And nobody's going to say that the pits are going to make you drunk. However, if you learn it that it's a fence, that the pit will lead you to the grape, and the grape will lead you to the wine, so the Nazir has to put all sorts of, blocks and interference, so he doesn't come to the main sin. But it's interesting that the Chinuch has a different interpretation over here. He doesn't learn that it's a fence. I quote his words. V'nitrabu ha'azharot barhakot ha'yayin ubchod ha'yotzim min ha'gefen. The Torah forbade all the derivatives of the grape itself, because any derivative of the grape itself, yesh la koach lehagdil hayetzer. These things promote the Yetzer Hara and cause the Yetzer to grow. Ve'afilu devarim she'enam mishakirim ve'chol chalkehem magdilim et koach hayetzer, which is a big hadush. I'm not an expert on this teva, but we trust the Rishonim. If the Chinuch is telling us that if a person eats grapes, if a person has the peels of the grapes, if a person eats the pits of the grapes, that somehow the indulgence in these seemingly innocuous foods can cause the Yetzer Hara to grow in a person. And now, if that's the case, I don't know why it's permissible for anybody to eat grapes, if that's the case. But it seems that it's a very, very fine level that we're talking about, and the Nazir that reaches these levels already wants to be careful at that sensitive and fine level. Now the Rambam writes that there's basically 5 different things that the Nazir is forbidden in, and the 5 items are yayin, which is the wine, anavim, which is the grapes, simukim, which is raisins, hartzan, which is the pits, and zag, which is the peels. And the Rambam's opinion is that each one of these items is a separate lav. Like the Gemara says, if a person ate all these 5, and he ate the shi'ur, and he had the warning against it, he would be hayav 5 separate lashes. And that's what the Gemara says in Nazir on page 38. Achal anavim lahim, v'yibeshim, hartzanim, v'zagim, v'sahat ishkol shel anavim, v'shata lokeh hamesh. Now, regarding one more item that the Torah does write, and that's chometz. Chometz is vinegar. We're talking about over here a wine that went sour. It's called chometz yayin. And Rambam says that chometz yayin is not a separate isur, it's still in the category of yayin. So if a person drank, let's say, regular wine and he drank chometz yayin, even though the Torah puts it in two categories, it's yayin. It's just yayin she'ifsid, and therefore does not lose its shin. So again, the Torah is coming to teach us over here the isur specifically today in the peels of the grapes, but the Torah in the larger picture is teaching us that the Nazir has accepted upon himself a life of a certain amount of deprivation in order to remove himself from things that can bring him closer to the Yetzer Hara, in order that he should become closer to the service of HaKadosh Baruch Hu.